Have you ever sat out on the front porch, looked out at the world rushing by, and asked yourself, where did the world I used to know go? We are living in an era where absolutely everything has to be fast. Fast food, fast internet, fast conversations. And sadly, fast forgetting. People today find it so easy to just throw away a broken item instead of taking the time to fix it. And sometimes, it feels like they are doing the exact same thing with the core values of human life. If you find yourself feeling entirely out of place in this loud, shallow world, please do not worry. You are not alone. You are not crazy, and you certainly have not been left behind. You simply carry the heart and the values of a time when hard work, mutual respect, and pure grit meant a whole lot more than the number of likes on a glowing screen. Today, let us pull up a chair, pour a hot cup of black coffee, and take a long look back at some hard truths that, perhaps, only our generation can truly understand. Lately, you might have heard the folks in suits, sitting up in their air-conditioned offices, talking about raising the retirement age to 70. It is awfully easy to draw up rules and punch numbers into a spreadsheet when the heaviest thing you lift all day is a coffee mug, and your biggest physical risk is getting a paper cut. In my humble opinion, the folks who want to push the retirement age until a man drops dead have never had to work a real job in their entire lives. They have never known the bone-deep ache that comes after a 12-hour shift on a factory floor. They have never had to endure the blistering summer sun on a construction site, or tasted the salt of their own sweat while working the land to put food on the table. Our modern society has become completely obsessed with fancy job titles. Vice presidents, senior managers, executive directors. But what is the real truth? The truth is, a person who works hard to provide for their family is a winner, no matter what their job description is. Whether you are collecting the neighborhood trash, hauling freight across the country, or turning a wrench until your knuckles bleed, you are the backbone of this nation. You built this country with your own two hands, and nobody has the right to strip away the dignity of an honest day of work. Let us try a little thought experiment. Imagine if tomorrow morning, every computer in the world just crashed. Imagine if the internet was completely gone, wiped out in the blink of an eye. What would the younger generations do without a search engine to tell them how to boil an egg? What would they do without a satellite navigation system to guide them down the street, or social media to complain about their bad day? Well, I can tell you what would happen. People our age are the only ones who could cope. We would be just fine. Because we are the last generation that knows how to survive without plugging ourselves into a wall socket. We know how to unfold a paper highway map and actually read it. We know how to change a flat tire on the side of the road in the pouring rain. We know how to grow tomatoes in the backyard dirt, and most importantly, we know how to look another human being in the eye and hold a real conversation. We were raised in an analog world. We learned that when something breaks, whether it is an old radio on the kitchen counter, or a marriage going through a rough patch, you roll up your sleeves and you fix it. You do not just throw it away and buy a new one. The modern obsession with smart devices has given folks a false sense of capability. But real survival skills live in the calluses on our hands, and the common sense in our heads. One of the most heartbreaking things about looking at the world today is seeing young folks who have absolutely everything handed to them, yet they appreciate absolutely nothing. When we were growing up, if we wanted something, we had to earn it. We woke up before the sun to deliver the morning paper. We shoveled snow off the neighbors' driveways for a few spare coins. We hauled hay until our arms felt like they were going to fall off. Those chores were not punishment. That was our parents teaching us the real value of a hard-earned dollar. It taught us responsibility. Kids who have never had to break a sweat for anything will naturally grow up believing the entire world owes them a favor. And when those kids grow up without learning how to struggle, they also fail to learn how to listen. Have you noticed how hard it is to have a decent conversation these days? You see, people today do not really want to hear your opinion. They just want to hear their own opinion coming right out of your mouth. If you disagree with someone today, they do not debate you with respect. They just get angry, scream, and cancel you out of their lives. We have completely lost the fine art of disagreeing politely around the family dinner table. When we sit around and talk about these things, a lot of young folks will just roll their eyes. They will point their fingers and call us old-fashioned. They will say we are stuck in the past and refuse to move forward. But you know what? I am not old-fashioned. I do not hate progress. I am just from a time when everything was better. Friendships were deeper back then. A handshake and a man's word were binding contracts. The music actually had a soul and a melody you could hum along to. And neighbors actually watched out for one another instead of hiding behind locked doors and security cameras. We are not trying to stop the clock. We are just trying to hold on to the last flickering light of a truly great era, before it gets completely swallowed up by the cold, loud noise of the modern world. So, be proud of those wrinkles on your face. Be proud of those calluses on your hands. They are the badges of honor of a generation that truly lived, truly worked, and gave everything they had. If you recognized a piece of your own life in this video, I would be honored if you left a comment down below. Tell us your story. What was your very first job? What is the one thing from the good old days that you missed the absolute most? Please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so we can keep sharing these memories together. Thank you so kindly for listening, and may you have a blessed and peaceful day.